Yeah, but
But
you got this.
no, I think I do. Honestly, I think I do. I'm experienced enough to be able to handle it. But yeah, I'm good to go. Sorry, I'm gonna chill. I haven't really talked to anybody other than like people about fucking just like go today.
Dude, it's all good, bro. You're all
Well,
good.
shit. I
Because
mean,
I'm still fucking. I'm not even fully awake, even though I've been up for a couple hours.
that's all right. I'm gonna make Chris talk pretty early in this episode, so we're good.
Dude, I've been up for 11 hours straight already. Like crazy, like easy. I woke up at 5:30. It's like five almost right now.
That's crazy, brother. All right, well, shit. Let's kick this podcast off. What do you guys say?
Get it.
It's
I'm
time
good.
in 3, 2, 1. Let's podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Shedtime podcast. And I'm gonna come right out and say it. How was your Canada Day?
Oh, actually, I really didn't do anything. Like I thought, oh hey, it's Canada Day. I watched some of the Blue Jays game. I've been like pretty busy the last few days, so like I didn't really have like that much time to like celebrate. I didn't even drink a beer, actually. Um, when I was a kid, Canada Day was like way bigger. Because like the town I grew up in took it like pretty seriously, and like there would always be fireworks and all that shit. But like as an adult, it was always like that was the weekend that you'd go to like somebody's cottage for like that long weekend. So like I'd be still in like the midst of a long weekend bender where like you just go with like a fucking half quarter and probably like a 2-4 and a fucking 26er and you'd be just ready to go. And maybe you'd have like a couple of frozen pizzas and some burgers. So those were more like the days. But yeah, like this year, I honestly, dude, I was like doing a lot of like moving stuff. I was like getting stuff prepped. I was running around, doing some last minute things that I could get at a store the day before. So like I was just kind of implementing whatever I bought from Friday. And like the official like holiday, I guess Monday is tomorrow. But like officially it was obviously yesterday. And yeah, man, it was good. It was good. The Blue Jays lost. That sucked. They fucking lost to the goddamn Red Sox.
Sorry.
But I mean, it is what it is. It's so shit too because like James is a Red Sox fan, and like I know that Sean's not the biggest sports guy, but like he's from the Boston area, so like he must at least have some affinity for them because maybe he went to see a game when he was a kid. I don't know. So it sucks, but I mean it's all right. But
Yeah.
okay, so seeing as like the day that we're at right now, like it's 2 days away from July 4th for you guys. Like how much has what you guys do now for July 4th changed over the time that you like when maybe when you're younger? Like even like 15 years ago. Like when you're like a teenager to now.
We don't do shit, bro.
Did you ever do shit?
We used to like barbecue and then like go and watch fireworks. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like we drive out to like a specific spot where you could see them real well from wherever they're shooting them off at. Because of course they do them like at the fairgrounds out here, or like you can go to a couple other places. So like we'd find like a parking lot kind of like outside of the fairgrounds, so it's not like crazy packed, and then we just fucking like almost tailgate sort of, you know what I mean? You pull your car up into the parking lot, take all your chairs out and shit. You got an ice chest with some drinks, and you just hang out with the fam, watch the fireworks, and then once that's all done, pack the car up, and go home. And then, but now, shit, we don't even watch fireworks, bro. I don't even leave my fucking house. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, okay, but it's like sort of dangerous, right? Like that's a day that like a lot of people probably be out drinking and
oh
driving because
yeah,
like people are irresponsible and like So it's like
Yeah.
probably better just staying at home, really.
Yeah.
Like safety wise.
Well, it's like I'm an adult now. Fireworks aren't as exciting as they used to be when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
really?
You've seen one fireworks show, you've pretty much seen them all at this point. You know what I mean?
But do you not still enjoy them? See, I still enjoy them. They're not the same, I agree, but I still enjoy them.
Honestly,
I'm like, oh, nice.
Fireworks get on my fucking nerves because people in my neighborhood light them off year round, and my dogs fucking lose their shit.
Okay.
So I kind of don't like fireworks anymore because it makes my dogs go fucking crazy.
Yeah, like it makes you anxious almost.
That and there's one house in this neighborhood that literally lights them off year round. Doesn't matter what time of the day, what's going on. It could be a fucking Tuesday in the middle of fucking November, and they're fucking lighting off fireworks. It makes no sense, dude. So I'm kind of over fireworks.
Yeah, you're like a leave it.
I'll leave fireworks, bro. I will leave fireworks, dude. You know what I mean? Unless it's like, like you go to like Disneyland and you're watching like their big crazy fucking thing. I'll take that. You know what I mean? But like just your neighborhood, whatever fireworks show, or just neighbors shooting off fireworks, I will fucking leave that 100%, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm right there with you, man. I'm not feeling the fireworks. I mean, obviously now I've been a year in this spot, but prior to here, my old neighborhood was the same, just like what James is describing. People in the neighborhood were lighting off fireworks at all hours, day and night, didn't matter, with zero respect for other people. And because of that, I'm really not that into fireworks either. I mean, when I was a kid, I do remember a lot of, going to like a friend or a family members and going to like their 4th of July barbecue and then, hitting the town fireworks display. But yeah, like much like James, I will be staying home. I'll probably throw some burgers on the grill kind of thing. And just chill the fuck out and stay the hell away from everybody because it's totally amateur hour on 4th
and like
of July.
So you're still celebrating it, right? To like
no,
some degree.
I wouldn't say it's celebrating.
But you're not like, fucking happy 4th of July. Like I'm not saying like that, but like if you're gonna have some fucking barbecue burgers, kick it, even if like one other individual's there outside of your regular household, like that's like you're doing something.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. It's more just like I'm gonna put some burgers on the grill for dinner tonight because it's
4th of July. Like you're like low key celebrating it, dude. It's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong
but that's
with
the thing.
I'm not
Is
even
like
shaming you.
It's not because it's 4th of July. It's because I'll have an opportunity to grill. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the holidays giving you the time. So you're celebrating the day off as opposed to what the day off is for.
Yes,
I'm kind of like, fuck. I got time. I'm making burgers today. Fucking let's.
I'm taking advantage of my day off for sure. And it's a day off for me that I don't normally get because I've worked in retail for so long that we typically have to work 4th of July in retail.
So because like the 4th of July is on Tuesdays, I mean like most people are getting Monday off also.
Not for me. Maybe in like
James saying no.
Maybe in like higher.
Not all people.
Yeah, like in higher level, like I'd say white collar jobs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
working at the bank, you're getting it off.
Well, no, I think
work at a lawyer's office.
The bank will be open, but yeah, like I would think maybe the lawyer. Like I know my old man, and his wife are engineers. He's an electrical engineer, and his wife is a fire protection engineer. So like their offices would probably be closed on Monday, more than likely.
Okay,
but yeah, like. I know like in my line of business now where we're doing upfitting of vehicles, the work don't stop on Monday. We just get Tuesday off, which I'll take. Like these guys are like, damn man, like I wish we got Monday off too. And I'm like, man, I wouldn't have even had Tuesday off. I wouldn't have gotten anything, but I think I would have got time and a half if I was still at the dispensary.
I got lucky since I worked for a family-owned company. We fucking cranked out a bunch of fucking extra shit this week so that we could take Monday off. Excuse the tears. I'm not crying, you're crying. Man,
That's-
that
Dude,
first
that
one of
jab
the
wrecked you, bro.
It's that
that
eye
first one of
sweat.
that first one of the day, bro, fucking got all the orifices leaking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, like I got lucky because like I've kind of been like Sean the last few jobs that I've had where when I was working at Walmart, dude, I didn't even get holidays off, dude.
Yeah. You
At
were in a
all. Like,
warehouse for them, so they were like, fuck
I had
you.
to work, bro.
You had to
Like
work no matter what.
I didn't get I didn't even get holiday pay. You know what I mean?
What?
So like it's like I didn't get
Dude,
paid
that's
extra for
fucked
working the
up.
holiday.
No, that's fucked
Um,
up. Like making you work, I get. You know, some places you just need to be open on those days. I get that. But not paying you fucking extra for it, to me, that's like
Yeah. So
that's tight.
in America, there is no mandate for holiday pay. It's at the discretion of the employer. And there might be some state by state, like
dude,
I don't think California, obviously California doesn't have it. Massachusetts doesn't have a mandate for it.
dude, that's where I'm stoked too, bro. Because not only do I get Monday and Tuesday off, but they are both paid.
See, that's sick.
You know what I mean?
Yo, you do get Monday and Tuesday off?
I do, luckily.
And they're both paid.
We were because like
so you just get paid 8 hours, right?
yeah, so I get paid a regular day of work for the both
Yeah.
days. You know what I mean?
Dude,
so I
that's
get 16
fucking-
hours and I didn't
that's
even
legit.
work. But you know, the thing that's cool about it is because it's like a family owned company, you know what I mean? They make their fucking schedule, bro. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have to follow like a corporate whatever, like some bigger companies maybe. So they're like, you know what, guys, if we could fucking hunker down this week and knock out everything we need to get out by this date, then we can have Monday and Tuesday off paid. You know what I mean? And there's times where like during the week, like if we get enough shit done by like lunchtime Friday, get out of there, paid for the full day. Yeah, bro, this is the fucking coolest gig I've ever had,
Dude,
bro.
honestly, just like those things just like make you just like have no issues at
Yeah,
all, like
it's
getting
like-
what you need to get done.
Not only that, bro, but just like being able to like have like a good line of communication with just the people that actually are running the fucking business and not like just the guy that talks to the guy that runs you know what I mean? Like being able to actually go into the guy's office, doors always open, and be like, hey, this is what I got going on or whatever. And he'll sit there, listen to you and help you out, bro. Or you know what I mean? Give you like whatever information you need, and just having that fucking clear line of communication and just knowing that if you have something to bring up, like obviously if anybody's been listening, you guys know that there's another meetup happening in September in Steel Valley. And I went to my like the owner's son, who's pretty much, you know, runs the company, like while his dad's, you know, handling all the like the big corporate shit. But when I was like, hey man, so just giving you a heads up, in like September I might be taking a day off here. Just want, he's like, yeah, dude, no problem. He's like, what, when you going? He's like, September. He's like, bro, he's like, damn. He's like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, you've given us plenty of time. You know what I mean? Because some people obviously go like the day before, but I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go a month or two in advance. Be like, hey man, just letting you know I'm planning to do this, this, or that. He's like, well, how long are you gonna be gone? And I was like, oh, just the one day. Is one day, bro? You know what I mean? Didn't even sweat it. He's like, oh, one day, bro. Fuck, dude, go for it. You know what I mean? So he's like, you got shit handled back there, like, because I'm like almost a week ahead of schedule, which is how I like it, because then I don't ever feel rushed. That and I can be utilized in different areas when need be.
Dude, it's a good buffer.
But also that just means I can kick it. You know what I mean? I could just sit there and just I don't have to. Not saying that I don't work, like I'm all consistently working all day, but I'm not sitting there like fucking running around like a chicken with my head cut off sort of thing. It's just like I get that nice smooth flow. You know what I mean? Where it's just like shit just fucking gets done.
See, if we're talking about shit like that, like I got to admit, I kind of love that I shifted gears myself into where I'm at, because like now I run parts for this garage that builds cop cars and things like that. And so like half of my week is driving on the road to go pick these parts up from our main warehouse. And the other half of my week is hanging around the shop and just handing out the parts the guys need, keeping track of the stuff. It's like so low pressure. The team is like a great team. They actually help each other. Everybody shares. Like uh it's mind-boggling. Like we did lunch one day, everybody pitched in, we bought wings, and we all just sat around family style, just eating wings around the break room table. And I was like, damn, these places do exist.
Yeah, dude. It's
You
like when they
know?
bring in the taco truck for us on fucking Fridays every now and then. We get a half day, they feed us, and we get paid for the whole day. You know what I mean? So we get to start our weekend off early with a full belly and getting paid for a full day with only working half. You know what I mean? Shit.
Yo, you guys want to know
Talk about
something?
a fucking morale boost, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys about this job I worked at, which I thought it was so cool. So I started working this place, and I've worked at like similar places for probably like a decade at this time. But like I'd moved to a different area, and I got a job, and it was this place, and my boss, his name was Bill. He was like a real chill dude. The first year I worked there was like probably one of the best years of work in my life. And so it was called Wildfire Golf Club. Okay. And I remember like, dude, there's like the second or third week I was there, there started to be more and more people because I got hired on and I was like one of like the lead hands, like irrigation, I got whatever, right? And so I was there from like February, maybe even January. And by the time like April came, there was like a pretty much a full group of people working there, which was probably about 20 people, 18, 20, something like that. And they're like, okay, so here's the deal. You get every Friday of the summer, you work a half day, and one individual would be responsible for like getting lunch for everybody. And like they basically get the whole morning off, and all they have to do is like prepare. They do like one quick little job, and then they come in and they prepare your lunch. And then you'd fucking get somebody else would like make some bomb ass hot lunch, and then you get to go home. Like right after. So it was like you work, but dude, you'd be working from like 5:45, and like this would be happening at like 10:45, and you'd quit working, and then you'd eat, and then you'd fuck off. So you'd basically be out of there by like 11:30. It was actually pretty dope, but it was then your responsibility. I made breakfast the first year I was there. Yo, I fucking made so many scrambled eggs, boys. I made fucking pea meal bacon, sausage, fucking, bacon. I had fucking coffee, orange juice, hash browns, dude. It was like the full nine. I even had pancakes sometimes. But
You're hooking them up.
dude, I made so much. Well, dude, do you want to know why? I was like the fourth person to go, and I was thinking like, oh, dude, cool. I gotta go buy like 2 boxes of hamburgers, some fucking hamburger buns, like a case of pop, and a case of beer, and then fucking. I don't even think I had to get beer. Maybe I wouldn't even go. Anyways, and just been like, yo, that's fine. Like I'll spend $100. Dude, people are making these like crazy fucking meals. And I was like, all right, so this is not like child's play. And then it turned out that like there was people that would just go to KFC and get like a bunch of buckets of chicken and the fucking sides from KFC and like that be their meal. Or like somebody went to Subway and just got like
a bunch of
a couple
footlongs.
party subs.
Yeah.
No, like the party ones. But yeah, it was super fun. But honestly, it was like this like real weird thing where like you felt really good. On the Friday, it was like what you're talking about with the taco truck or like Sean's talking about,
Yeah, I guess
It builds community within the workplace. You know what I mean? You sit there, you get to chat. You know what I mean? You get to like sit there and not have to be stressed about, the day-to-day task. You get to, sit back, let loose a little bit, joke around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, as long as like you don't work with a bunch of like just strange people. Like I mean, if they're just like people that are there for like positive vibes and trying to get their job done.
We got a couple at my shop, bro, that they're out there, bud.
But that's the thing, is like James said earlier, talk about a morale booster. And that's the big win there, is that it boosts morale. Like you're that much happier when times are tough because you know that things like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
You know?
softens the blow.
It's like,
No,
all
yeah,
right,
but it also because like the more we produce, the more opportunities we have to do things like that. Because the more money we make for the business means not only the more money we make, but the more opportunities for us to get these cool little
Yeah, like thank yous,
fucking
give backs,
yeah,
kickbacks, whatever you want to call them. Yeah,
like
man. No,
I
that's
know
awesome.
I know my shop's got one like that coming up because routinely they collect all the scrap wire from the jobs they do, and then they'll go and take it to the scrapyard. And you'll get a couple $100 or whatever out of all that scrap wire from all the copper. So they'll turn around and they'll buy lunch for the whole shop with it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's super cool. But like when we talk about this whole idea of like cool ass jobs we've worked, I'm reminded of my time working for Spirit Halloween. And I mean, anybody listening in America, and I think even Canada, right? Like you guys get
Yeah,
Spirit
no, I
Halloween
understand. It's like
pop-ups.
that seasonal Halloween.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Spirit Halloween, for those who don't know, is actually owned by Spencer's Gifts. So the Spencer's company that people know, they're the people who own Spirit Halloween as a brand and been running it for probably close to 100 years at this point. Um, so when I first got into it, it was kind of by a stroke of luck. The store I went to in my local area needed somebody to help them build their in-store displays and stuff, and then just work as a regular person in the shop. And I was literally coming out of Target, having just been in the Plano team, which part of my job was building displays. So I was a perfect fit. So I got into it and it was fun. I made decent money for a pop up kind of a business and it was cool. So when the next year came around, same manager working, same district manager, they hired me back, gave me an assistant manager position. Awesome. Great check mark on the resume. I got my first assistant manager's title. Cool. Now we're coming up in retail. Well, because I excelled at those in-store displays the year prior, the district manager picked me up as what he called part of his crash and burn team. So for the first
What does
month,
that mean, dude?
yeah, dude. So
I want to hear this.
so for the first month of the build outs of all the stores, which is typically August, I would go around with the district manager instead of my team in my store, and I would help him fix all of the fuck up teams and get them to build their stores correctly and build their displays correctly. So myself and maybe like one or two other employees, we would all ride in this dude's car, fucking go to all the different stores. So we'd be like in Hyannis one day, and then we'd be in Braintree another, or something like that. You know what I mean? And like we'd show up and be like, all right, this store is gonna get their delivery of walls today. We got to help them unload it and put these walls up because they don't have time to fuck around. So walls would show up, we would literally unload and start building, and I would teach these people how to build these walls correctly and efficiently so they could have their walls built in that day. But the great thing is that my district manager, he's just this fucking total like laid back chill old hippie dude, but he's a badass hippie dude, right? Like biker, drives a fucking Dodge Challenger, you know what I mean? Like super cool dude. So it gets to this point, we're fucking smoking joints on the way to these builds together, and then building out these stores stoned out of our gourds while we're telling people not to get stoned at work. And then moving on to the next one. And I did this with this guy for 3 seasons in a row. And let me tell you, it was some of the most fun I've ever had, because like that job is intense. Like they hire kids that are like anything between, obviously 16, like 21. And these people probably have no idea what it's like to literally physically build a store from nothing. And they literally have to walk into an empty space, the closed down Best Buy in your neighborhood, basically, and take do it yourself assembling walls, put them all together, build their own little display stanchions in the middle for everything, build all of these displays for the actual stuff, that you guys walk through as a consumer. And have it all done in about a month's time so that late August, early September, all these stores are open so that people can start getting into the Halloween spirit. And then
So
they
there.
tear it
So how
down in
long
3
would you actually be
days.
employed?
You'd be employed for about 3.5 to 4 months.
Wow.
So yeah, you'd start in early August, and by first week of November, typically, you're no longer employed. You've torn your store down, and you're done. You have usually 24 to 48 hours to run clearance, and then you lock your doors to customers and you tear your whole store down in about 3 days.
Yeah. So is there like people that would be like on a circuit where it's like, I'm going to work at, Spirit Halloween, and then I'm going to work at when it's done. I'm then going to go directly into like Christmas shop centric store.
Yes. So yes.
And then by the time it's done, it's probably like the end of January. Yeah, the end of January, you're probably done. So you'd be basically like employed you'd be like 6 months of the year, right?
Yeah, you're 100%.
That's
right.
not bad.
I've done it. I've literally done it one year because there was they used to own a Christmas season toy store they called Toysam, and I actually was the assistant manager of one of those too. So bing, another check mark on the on the old resume. I got a couple of 3 different seasons as an assistant manager with Spirit. I got this one season as an assistant manager in the toy store. But yeah, and that was literally because they owned it, we got preferential treatment. So we got first dibs on those jobs. So I was able to go immediately from closing my Halloween store right into building and opening a Christmas store. And smart of them to close that branch down because it was the most ridiculous thing. You had like discontinued old Barbie dolls and knockoff Chinese, like, off-brand versions of certain toys. And it was all for more money than the Target that was just down the hall. Like, why would you buy this Barbie doll for $30 here when it's literally $15 down the hall in Target? Like, so it's no wonder they shut that whole thing down. It wasn't profitable. But man, that was cool because as a manager, my job was to hang out and play with toys all day.
Yeah, I could see that being like not bad.
Like every week,
not bad.
Our job was to feature a specific toy. So we would all take turns playing with this toy in the doorway. That was part of your job. And so like at one point we had remote control helicopters, and we would literally just sit there and just fly remote control helicopters.
There's always that one
doorway of the
Yeah,
mall.
that's sweet.
Back in the day, there used to always be that one toy store with old boy out in the front driving like a little RC car around or fucking around with like a yo-yo or like whatever. I remember the guy. I remember him.
Yep. And that was what my people had to do. We had to go do that. And so that was part of my job. One of the toys we had was this dope fucking, it was this little cart that you sat in, but to propel yourself, you pushed on these pegs that were attached to the wheels, and it created this back and forth carving motion of the wheels. So they'd slither like a snake. And that's what propelled this cart. So you would sit there and just pump your feet back and forth, and it would propel this cart. And obviously, as you hold which way you've pumped your foot, you're going to turn or you're going to continue to go straight. But dude, when we had to demo that, there were points I would literally go to the back room riding that thing. Like, all right, give me a minute. I'll grab that for you. You need money for your register? I'd hop in it. I'd pump my ass out to the office, get into the safe, get their money, pump my ass back out on it. There you go. And people be like, dude, how dope is that? I'm having a blast. Like, it's my favorite thing to demo in the whole store. And I sold them all out because of it. Like, you could get some damn good speed if it's all about how hard you want to pump, right? Like, oh man, I want one.
Dude, you know what? Also, like, this is the one thing, man, is like when you'd see people flying those like helicopters inside the malls and shit, I would always be like, yo, there's no spot in my house that is this spacious. Like, You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I remember when those little RC helicopters started to come out, dude. I was like a teenager, but I was like, yo, that's fucking cool. Like I need that. And there was like no real spot that I could really fly it. I could fly it in my bedroom because my bedroom had like cathedral ceilings. It was probably like 12 or 13 feet or something at the very top. But dude, like it was not that simple.
Well, the
Like,
funny thing too, right, is that like I remember when you used to see commercials back in like the late 90s for those toys, right? They always showed people flying them around inside a house, but then right on the box and in the instructions it tells you explicitly do not fly this indoors.
But then you fly him outdoors, and as soon as he gets in the air and catches some wind, it's gone, bro.
Exactly. It's in a tree and it's over.
dude, that's why you need to like have like a bar nearby that you can go to. Or, like if you have like one of those like 2-car garages, it's got like a really high ceiling.
Dude, I
That'd
used to
be
have
cool.
a foam one of those little drones, but it was like this big. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
all foam or whatever. It was like the air hog one. Remember air hogs, bro?
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
dude. I never. There's some of those
Dude,
toys I never got.
I
But
used to
anyways.
fly around. I used to fly that thing around the house all the time, dude. It's hard to control though.
It's funny. I have a little like toy style drone and I've never flown it ever.
That's
Like
fun,
we've had
dude.
it for years and we were like,
Try it out.
yeah, it's just like I don't know. We were weirded out because of where we lived at the time, so we never took it out. But yeah, we should dig it out. We should try it out because
Play
like
with it, bro.
fun.
They're fun once you kind of figure them out.
Well, like I've played with good drones in the past. So
I haven't.
like
I've never played with a decent one. I've always played with the cheap, like under $100 ones.
Oh, my buddy
yeah.
had one of the like real like the Mavic Pros or whatever. Like, dude, it was like probably $1,000 USD. Like, it
Yeah.
was fucking.
My buddy Matt
It's intense.
that you guys met at the NVE we all went to.
Yeah,
Old
yeah.
Canadian bacon. Matt actually flies them for a living now, which
Wow.
I thought was kind of cool. Obviously, when
Does
Massachusetts
he do it
changed,
for like real estate, man? Because I see all these real estate ads and they'll have fucking drone footage. So like,
so
sorry, I just got like excited there and I want to
almost,
know what he
yeah,
does.
that's kind of what he's doing. But yeah, after the whole bans on vaping and stuff and the vape shop having to close down, he had to find another job, and he happened to have an old friend who was in a management position in this company. And what they do is this type of construction slash real estate photography. So basically, like let's say a company in the city is having an HVAC system put in on the roof. My buddy will come in and fly the drone over the HVAC build so that they can get a full-on scan and imagery of all the work being done. He also gets to fly like the LiDAR style drones. So those are the ones that will get a full-on digital scan that they can then feed into a computer and then manipulate in 3D. So like he can take his LiDAR cameras that he works with into say, your kitchen, scan your entire kitchen with it with this whole 360-degree camera system, and then he'll have a complete 3D model in the computer of your kitchen that you can now take and alter and change and play with. And so this is what he gets to do. Like he'll go to construction jobs and he'll photograph pipes and wiring. He'll fly the drone over different build jobs. And he's having a blast. It's a trip. Driving all over the place, taking photos of random stuff, flying drones. I'm like, dude, what a
Yeah, that's
weird,
actually pretty cool.
like as he put it, he was like, I never in my life thought that I would get into photography for a business, but I love it.
Well, but he's not doing like the kind that maybe he thought of before.
Oh, trust me, I hear
It
you.
sounds very different than
I
like the way that I would put that as well.
I got a buddy that I grew up or didn't really grow up with, but he worked for me at one point in the Spirit, and we became friends afterward. His dad is a full-on real estate photographer. All he does is what you were thinking of. with the real
Yeah.
estate ad, where it's like he'll fly a drone around a piece of property to give you an aerial view, and then he'll go through the whole property room by room and like take photos of all the rooms for you. Like that's
Oh
his
yeah,
whole
see,
job.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're just like super good at drone work, you could probably like if you advertise real well and like got a little bit of a name going, I bet you that you would just kill it in real estate. Because like I'm sure that some of the real
Dude.
estate agents like get their own drones and
Bro,
do it,
if
but
you
I think that
got
a lot of people don't.
if you got one of those professional fucking drone racing pilots.
Oh, I don't
And-
even need to go that
No,
far.
check this out. No, check this
Oh,
out.
I'm here
though.
to listen.
Listen, bro, because this is exactly what Michael Bay did for a movie that he did recently. It was that one with Jake Gyllenhaal and fuck, I forgot the other guy's name. It was like Ambulance or something like that, where they like fucking take this ambulance and they're like fucking being chased by the cops for like most of the movie or whatever. But he ended up getting like a professional drone like racer guy to fucking shoot footage for that movie, dude, and the footage was crazy. But my whole thing is imagine hiring one of them to like film like a open house sort of situation with the drone, to where it like literally like fucking does the whole outside sort of pan thing, but then all of a sudden flies through the front door and you get the whole fucking entrance, and then it flies into the next room and shows you and does like a little spin around, giving you a 360 of each room.
Oh no, that'd be crazy,
Dude, how nutty would that be, bro? That would be
Yeah.
intense.
It's
because I bet that those guys are so
For
good.
those
that,
$1 million
like, they can get-
listings, bro, I don't see why they
Oh.
wouldn't fucking, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, you
Or
like well, that's
multi-million.
it, right? Like Sotheby's. Those people should be hiring those guys.
Yeah, that's what
all
I'm
day.
saying, bro. Like you selling a house to like fucking Jay-Z or somebody.
Yeah, those
you know what I mean?
2.4, 4.8, $10 million houses, 100%. That's the video walkthrough I want.
'Cause that would be nuts, dude. That'd be so sick. Because you know they could do it.
Oh, 100%. That's child's play for them. You know, like that's warming up the fingers
Yeah, 'cause
before
they-
they
no-
train.
Because no one said they had to fly through it fast, and if they're going slow, man, they could just take their time and fucking get all the crazy angles, bro. And
That's like, I think people sometimes take for granted the ways that like a cinematic shot can happen. Like, I was watching some behind the scenes footage of I can't remember what movie they said it was, but it was a basketball scene in like typical basketball court. And the way that they showed that they were shooting everything to make it work, they literally had a quarter pipe on the basketball court for the cameraman. The cameraman is on rollerblades with a full-on rig, full 4K camera. We're talking a $10,000 camera probably in this guy's hand, and he's rollerblading around the people playing basketball in the shot in order to get all the shots, and then to get the actual shot into the net and into the hoop. He's literally got to go up the quarter pipe, stand himself on the coping, be able to get the shot of the hoop of the ball going in, and then be able to come back down the quarter pipe smoothly to continue keeping the rest of that shot. And of course, this is one of those situations where they're giving you the split screen so you can see what he filmed versus how it was filmed, and it's incredible.
those things are kind of crazy when they give you the side by side of like what's going on, like how like because in some scenes you're getting multiple angles within the scene as you're watching it, and then you get to see where the different camera angles are coming from as it's being shot, and it's like pretty crazy because then you see, oh, there's a camera crew that's following them or that's in front of them getting the fucking face up view, but then this is how they got the side view and all the shit that's fucking going on in the fucking like foreground. You know what I mean?
Have you ever seen that clip of was it Hugh Grant doing the voiceover re-record for his Wolverine parts?
Oh, Hugh Jackman, you mean?
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
like,
dude, can you imagine Hugh Grant being fucking
That-
Wolverine,
yeah.
bro?
don't you love my
No
complete
way.
ignorance to Hollywood? It's great.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I like I said to people, I know how to make movies. That's why I don't watch them. So like my whole Hollywood reference is toast. But like that's a process they call ADR, automated dialogue replacement. And it was literally a scene of him running through the woods, and you're watching the clips of him watching the edited film making the grunting noises in a recording studio. So he's just just standing in a recording studio.
I love
You
it.
know? And it's like it's wild when you start to realize that this is why some of your favorite films cost so much to make, because like you can't just mic the guy as he's running in the shot and get the sound you want. That's all cut out and then it's done again on a soundstage to get it right. So Hugh Jackman's technically doing his own voiceover work, treating
Yeah, no,
himself
yeah,
like a
for sure.
cartoon and nailing it.
Dude, and there's times in movies
Well, you
sometimes where
can.
they can't get the actors come back to do voiceover work, so they actually hire impressionists to do fill-ins, believe it or not.
This is true.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Well, they'll
Yep.
come in and just like do like a quick little, you know what I mean,
Like they'll
on a
like
certain part.
will they like do like some slight tweaking, I guess, to like try to match it even more so, or they just like roll
Well,
like
no, they
the
just
person?
find somebody that does a really fucking good impression, dude.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, these are your lines, homie.
Perfect
Bang the delivery.
perfect example of that actually is my wife's favorite Simpsons episode, Stark Raving Dad from season 3. This is an episode where Homer gets locked up in a mental asylum, and the guy he shares the cell with is this giant man who is convinced that he's Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Yep. I
And
know.
the truth behind this episode is that due to contractual obligations, Michael Jackson does appear in this episode. He does all of the speaking parts. However, his record label would not allow him to sing the songs in the episode. So they did exactly what James just described. They found a person who was a Michael Jackson impersonator and had them sing all the parts in the episode.
Yeah, dude. He sang the song. He's like, Lisa, it's your birthday.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Lisa. Yeah. Dude,
So that's a Michael Jackson
I know that
impersonator doing that
Oh, there you go.
singing, but it's Michael Jackson doing all the talking.
Okay.
So like it's an extremely common practice that's gone on for generations.
They do that a lot with like even just in movies where you got actors singing. Sometimes it's not actually the actor singing.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Majority of the time, but there are some times where it is actually the actor singing. Believe it or not. You'd be
Oh, well, I
surprised
think that like
sometimes.
in Mamma Mia, every single time any of them sang, it was actually them. But you could tell that okay, full disclosure, I've watched Mamma Mia the movie.
Obviously.
Yeah, but what's his name, man? The guy who was James Bond,
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, dude. Apparently, he like never sang before or anything, and like you're watching it, you're like, yo, like Pierce Brosnan's not really good at singing, but he's fucking giving her. I respect it. You know what I mean? Because like he probably easily could have had somebody else to sing for him, or just not done the movie, I suppose. But like he's like, nah, I'll do it.
I love that for him. That's
James Bond. He was like
integrity.
probably my least favorite James Bond, even though he should be the one that I like the most, because he was coming out when I was like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, man, he's GoldenEye era.
Yeah,
you know, how many of us all played that on N64 till death?
Dude,
with our friends. God damn.
I used to play that pretty heavy.
remember the rule. No what was his name? Odd Job? No Odd Job, because he was short. Had a smaller hitbox, so no one was allowed to use him because he was harder to hit.
Yeah, it was and it was also one of the women. Can't remember what her name was. But it was like no Odd Job and no this woman character. Because she was small also. Dude, some of my friends would even be like, you can't even be Boris, bro. It's like, what? You can't even be Boris. He's a full-grown man.
Well, I mean, nobody wanted to be what was his name there? Jaws either, because he was just that much bigger than everybody. So like
I guess that's true.
He had a much bigger hitbox. That was no fun either.
Bro,
And it was,
Golden Gun.
oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
games with no golden gun. Or we would often do only golden gun games. Like
Yeah.
you were guaranteed one shot, one kill. Those were vicious. But then you set the kill rate to like 50 before you change a map. So you have to kill each other 50 times. Oh god.
But yeah, we were on like music. And I said the musical, right? Why were we talking about the
We were
musical?
talking about like random movie magic shit. And
yeah, movies. Yeah,
the switching
Got that.
the
Wait,
voice
wait.
people out.
How we start talking about Mamma Mia again?
Yeah. Mamma Mia led to Pierce Brosnan.
Yes,
The
and
video
GoldenEye
games.
Video games. That's
And I
quick.
mean,
That's quick.
You know your boy loves his retro video games, so I'll be playing me plenty of GoldenEye even to this day. I mean, I said it before out here. I got the N64 USB controller just so I could make GoldenEye emulators more fun.
Dude, there was a place here, like especially before COVID. I have no idea. I never went before, and I can only assume that it's either maybe not there anymore or it might be. But it used to be like a retro game, like a retro gaming like lounge, I guess. Like I think that you might even be able to get alcohol. I'm not sure. Might have been like a restaurant kind of thing. I don't know.
Like a cafe or something.
Yeah, and yeah, they had like because I was talking to the guy that was the owner. He was at this vape shop that I was at, and he was talking to me. This was probably like 4 or 5 years ago, and he's like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "We're gonna have like everything from like shit from the fucking '80s, early '80s, like up till now." And you'll just sit down at the table and you can say, "I want to play this," and like they'll get that going at that spot. So you could just like go, say it was like 7 o'clock, and like three of us were gonna go. We're gonna maybe get some nachos, play some video games, have a beer, whatever. And so we would go there and we wanted to play like whatever, name the system, N64, and we'll be like, we want to play fucking GoldenEye and like Mario Kart. Boom.
I think it's such a good business model.
And it'll be like on this cool like LCD at the end of this thing because he's like every table, every booth had like a 37-inch monitor at the end of it, and that's what you're playing on. I was like, yeah, that's fucking cool.
I love that idea. I love
Yeah,
that
bro. But
idea.
he had like TurboGrafx 16, Atari, Sega, like Master System, Sega Genesis. Dude, he probably even had like some of the weird random like old Sega shit. PlayStation 1 for sure. Cause yeah, dude, he's like, I have so many different systems. So I've been accumulating some of the older ones for probably like almost 10 years.
Dude, like it's crazy what that world of collecting like some of the values are, because like I stumbled onto a YouTube channel that every week they go back 30 years and they tell you like what video games and stuff were released 30 years ago that week. And then they discuss some of the values of those video games currently. And it is insane how like there are old Super NES games, for example, that just the cartridge is worth like $80. And if you have a complete box, booklet, the whole nine, you could be paying $300 to $600 for these things.
Dude, there's fucking
If
games
not
for
more,
fucking
bro.
the original Nintendo. I remember my buddy, he was talking about it because
There's an
like
Olympics
heavy into
one,
that.
bro.
Bro, he had like multiple gold ones. He had like Japanese versions of shit from when we were kids that were worth like thousands.
Yeah, like
dollars.
there's this like specific like Olympic one that was like a gold cartridge or some shit like that. That's like crazy expensive because it was like super limited because you only got it through like a Nintendo gaming contest or some shit or whatever. Dude,
Yeah,
like,
so it's like limited as fuck.
there's some pretty fucking high value shit when it comes to old games. And
Yeah, like dude,
especially,
even
like-
if you had like an old gold Zelda, I bet you that's worth money. And
Oh,
if it was like a
I
first
guarantee it.
edition of that, it's probably worth a
yeah,
lot.
I know, opened in a box. If you could find one, bro, I'm sure
Oh
that'd
my
be fucking
God, dude, no.
outrageous, bro.
I
would
just
be willing to
looked
pick it
at
up.
I just looked up an article from 4 years ago, the 10 most valuable and rarest video games ever. And this is from someplace in Europe because it's showing values in euros. But number 10 is Tetris for Sega. on the Sega Mega Drive, and it goes between 2,500 and 14,000 euros. If you can find a copy of that. Then it's Nintendo World Championship for the NES.
I think that's what I was talking about.
That is 13,000 to 70,000 euros. Then it's Birthday Mania for the Atari 2600 between 13 and 30,000. King of Fighters 2000 for the Neo Geo, 35 to 5,000.
Geo, dude.
Wrecking Crew for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Estimated value, a factory sealed Japanese import sold for 3,500 in 2012. Stadium events for the NES. This is widely accepted as the rarest game for the NES. Stadium events has had a pretty checkered history. In 2013, a woman purchased the game in a Goodwill secondhand shop in North Carolina for $7.99, and upon discovering its rarity, sold it at auction for 12,000 USD. Factory sealed copy of it sold for 30,000 euro in 2015. How crazy is that? A copy of Superman for the Atari 2600. Estimated values between 15,000 and 30,000 euro again. Blockbuster World Championships 2 for the Sega Mega Drive and Genesis between 9 and 15,000. Super Mario Brothers, the Asian version for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Estimated value of 22,000 euro.
What the fuck?
And then finally, the number one on this list, Gamma Attack for the Atari 2600. And their little write-up says, it doesn't get much more rarer than Gamma Attack. How rare are we talking? There's literally one copy of this game ever made, and it's in the hands of Uber collector Anthony DiNardo. The game, which was created by a short-lived studio called Gamation Products, only made peripherals for the Atari 2600. The game itself was long considered to be a myth. However, a copy was put up for sale on eBay in 2008 for the princely sum of $500,000. That's right, $500,000 for a game cartridge.
Dude, there's only one, Sean. $500,000. I'm gonna say that next time it sells is gonna be like 50 million.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
It's
gonna be crazy. So that's insane. Holy crap. I bet there's a lot of people in this world who, hearing numbers like that, are really pissed off that they didn't take better fucking care of their video games as kids.
Dude, there's so many things that, like, all of us at this point, like, now we're all at the ages where, you know, people have money. You know what I mean? Like, they have adult money, and they can go back and buy things from their childhood, right? And like that's why, like, you see like Transformers and like Micro Machines or like whatever it happens to be, that like start to sell for big money because people are
all
like,
the
I
fucking
want that.
Power
And you still
Rangers
have
shit
it.
that I've got now, bro.
Dude, eventually, I bet you that like in like 5 to 10 more years,
Well, dude, there's
everything will be worth
things.
so much. You'll be like, I need to just get rid of a bit. You'll be like the 40-year-old virgin guy when like they're like, sell your toys, bro. Dude, and he's like, not this.
There's already some of the things that I've got that, you know, from the early 90s that you can't find anymore. And if you have it brand new in a box, bro, people pay money for it now. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It's crazy, dude.
But I didn't think that you were like ready to sell stuff yet.
Well, I've never thought about it.
Yeah, man.
I've like definitely went through a bunch of stuff. Sorry, Sean. I went through like a bunch of stuff and like found some old toys and shit. And like, I mean, if I'd have found them 15 years ago and like cleaned them up and like kept them on a shelf or something, I could have some like pretty cool toys that probably be worth, you know, I don't know, like $500 to $1,000, like between Transformers I have and like some other fucking like toys and shit.
Crazy, man. Collecting toys can shock the shit out of you because that market fluctuates wildly. And
Yeah, but
so
that's the thing. If you don't have a need to sell it at a specific time, Sean, right? Like that's the way that I see it too, right? It's like, yeah, man, maybe right now it's not hot, but in 5 years, maybe it's hot. And then it'll cool down. If you miss that window, there'll be another one. Like there'll be
100%.
another one, right?
That's the thing about collectibles, right? It's really all comes down to what your buyer is willing to pay.
Yeah, like if they're collectible enough to be collectibles, then you're probably gonna be okay. Right? Because people want to collect them. If nobody really wants to collect them, then that means that there's no market for them, which means that you're not going to give very much unless you basically give it away.
In the world of collectibles, I want to bring back Pogs.
Dude, that'd be
Pogs were
kind of
sick.
cool. If you, dude, I bet you could probably sell some like dope slammers from back in the day for like a little bit of a bag right now.
Dude, you remember like you know how dope you were when you had that holographic slammer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Like I had the one that had the like sick dragon head that was coming out of it and all 3D and like man, that was a beast. It was just this giant brass
I had a set of
junk.
Power Ranger Pogs at one point.
Oh hell yeah! I know I had a handful of them in my collection. I had some Garbage Pail Kid ones. I remember those.
Some Ninja Turtles ones.
Oh
There was
yeah,
ones for everything, bro.
Dude, I'm pretty sure I had like NHL ones. I had a Maple Leaf Slammer. It was like the Maple Leafs logo, so like Toronto Maple Leafs on it.
oh
That
hell
was like
yeah.
one of my slammers.
Did I was I the only one who had the saw blade, or did we all have the saw blade slammer at one point?
I don't know, man. There's like all these rules from where I was from, and I was growing up because like they were adding new things later, and people would like call them cheating. So like they'd be like, you never could have like a metal slammer, like you know what I mean? Like all because you could do more wreckage, like you destroy more shit. So I don't know. I feel like I remember seeing those ones on commercial, Sean, but I don't remember seeing them like in real life.
Oh yeah, dude. I had a bunch of them. I had the saw blades. I had like a ninja star. I had the like I said, my holographic one was like this chunk of brass like this with like the holographic piece set in the center.
Yeah, dude. So like that would have been like offside. Where when I was growing up, people would be like, you cannot use that, especially if you're playing for keeps, right? Like if you're just playing for fun, whatever. But like sometimes you'd be like, yo, I'll bet you that whatever pogs like you take out, you can have whatever, right? Like you basically like do that kind of thing.
Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, that was the way I think you were supposed to play it.
Yeah,
And
play
it's
for
like
keeps, bro.
playing for
Yeah.
keeps, you know?
That's how you got your collection up, man.
Yeah, dude, you fucking grinded for that shit.
It was like marbles, bro.
Yes, exactly.
You guys
Exactly.
play marbles growing up? I used to play marbles.
I used to like play, but not. I probably didn't play the same way. I don't even really know how I played.
Oh,
with them.
we came up with all kinds of games, bro. Like we had a
Yeah,
game
if
called
you
like
mean okay,
we
yeah.
had like
I
this
would
one
play
called
with marbles.
Chase and shit. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, we never played with marbles when I was a kid.
No,
Nope. I mean,
We have full on collections and
Like-
fucking they came out with Pokemon marbles at one point and it was like collecting all the fucking different Pokemon marbles, bro.
yeah, that's crazy.
like they were around and I know people were into them and stuff, but like I don't ever remember people like gathering around and like, playing a game of marbles per se.
Dude, I even did like the shit where you fucking drop the marbles. We'd like make a track. So you'd like make a track from like somebody's like kitchen counter down, and then it would go down like a couple steps in like their living room, and then it would go and
I mean
off the back of the
that
couch
might
or
be
whatever.
like a marble racetrack type of thing. Might have been the only way that I think I may have ever played with marbles. But
Yeah.
like I never played marbles like when you think of playing marbles, the kids would draw a circle in the dirt and they're all flipping marbles to knock a marble out of the circle or whatever. Like I've never done
Yeah, I
anything
don't
like
even know
that.
that game.
Yeah, I've just seen it in like cartoons and shit. You know what I mean? Like old timey.
It's like, dude, even when I
shit.
see people playing dice, I don't even know what they're playing. Like when you see people throwing dice against like a wall, and they'll be like gambling on it. Like I don't even know how to play dice. Do you guys know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
I know what you're
I don't
talking
know the
about,
rules
But you don't know how to
necessarily.
play it either, right?
but yeah, I've never played dice
You
before.
ever play quarters? Where you like you have like a wall and you try to like fucking toss your quarter and get it as close to the wall as you can, and whoever gets the closest gets to take all the quarters.
We played quarters differently. Ours was you had to try to bounce the quarter off of the table and into
Well,
a
yeah,
cup.
there's that, but there's another version too.
Yeah, I've never played it with the wall.
Yeah, you do that, dude. You can come up, bro. We go to the fucking the corner gas station, go get like $5 in fucking quarters or whatever, and we'd sit there and play for hours, bro.
Now you're making me think. Have you ever played liar's poker?
No.
So, liar's poker was this thing my grandparents taught me, where you take a $1 bill and you look at the serial number on the $1 bill, and you basically decide if you're going to tell the truth or if you're going to lie about something to do with that serial number. So you may look at your serial number and be like, "Holy shit, I have 3 6s in a row on here. That's crazy." And you might be like, "I have 3 6s." And some people might be like, "Liar, that's bullshit." And you show them, "Nope, I really got 3 6s." You take their dollar.
We do that, but with cards, not the dollar. We call it bullshit. Like you take whatever cards you have out, like say you want to say you
Yeah.
got like 3 4s, slap 3 cards down on the table face down, like 3 4s. Then someone can call bullshit, and if you did put them down, then they pick up the pile. If not, you picked up.
You
the pile.
know, I've never recognized that was the exact same game until you just described it.
It's the same game, except for with
We used to
money.
play bullshit when drinking as a teenager all the time.
Yeah,
Not only did you pick up the stack, but you had to take a drink too.
we used to play another game a lot. Remember? Do you guys ever played Speed? The card game.
No.
No.
I can't remember how many cards were involved, but there were like 4 stacks of cards. There's 2 on one side, and then 2 in the middle is where you'd play cards, and you had to like play in like an order of some sort out of however many cards you had. And you had 2 piles. You had one that you played with, and then you had to get into your second one and play. But you could only play on top of certain cards. So like it went in ascending or descending order. So like say like there was an 8 whatever down, then you'd have to play like the 9 or the 7 to be able to play your card. And then if you guys couldn't play, then the 2 piles on the other side you'd flip on top of the center piles to see what would come up, to see if you would be able to play something out of your hand. The first one to play all their cards won. Pretty fun, dude. It's a pretty fast-paced game too. Once you get the hang of it and you learn it, and you got 2 people that really know. That's why it was kind of called Speed, because you could finish a game within like a couple minutes.
Oh man, that can get dirty too. Because
Oh,
you talk
yeah,
a lot
dude.
of trash during
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
dude, for sure. We used to play in the middle of class, bro, all the time. I'd always have a deck of cards in my backpack.
See, I never played that, but I remember playing War as a kid.
There's another one. There's
I
another
never
version
liked
of
that, man.
There's another version of War we used to play too. That was kind of fun. I forgot what it was called.
It's funny because I remember playing War, but I don't remember how to play it. I just remember there was something to do with 3 cards for the 3 letters of War.
I think that the way you play War is like you ultimately, isn't it? You just like basically get half the fucking cards if you're playing against
Yeah,
another
you
person.
deal out the whole deck, and then you
You
play
just
cards.
play War and you throw
Yeah,
it down.
whoever has the highest card takes the pile, and whoever ends up with all the cards at the end wins.
The 3 cards was that when you both threw the same?
Yes.
Then you had to do the
then
3.
you'd have the 3, and whoever had the highest card on the third card would win.
That was where the 3 cards for War came from. See, I was like, I know there's something to do with those 3 cards.
Because like that's what it would be like, because you'd be playing the game and it's not war. The war part isn't until that part.
Yeah, until someone played.
And that's when somebody will be like, War, and then you go 1, 2, 3, yeah. But I don't know, dude. Honestly, I played like a lot of euchre when I was a kid, like coming up, like a teenager. for sure. Just be like drinking with friends, playing that. We used to play this thing called King Beer. And like I can't remember even all the rules, but like every card meant something different. And there'd be like this like big glass in the middle, and every time like I can't even remember what it was, but like so everybody
King's
would
Cup?
ultimately be like, yeah, I think that's what it's
King's
called.
Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending
pour
on
it all in
depending
there.
on what card you got, you had to do a certain thing, and then if you got the last king at the end, then you'd have to drink
Drink it.
whatever the fucking
Yeah.
middle concoction was. Because
Yeah, I don't remember like why you put it in there, but
because that was the point of the game. Because whoever would
no,
end up
but
with the last,
what would be like the prompt? Put it in
there'd
there.
there'd be a card or a specific card that you would play,
And
then you'd have to pour into the center.
Okay,
And the time that would suck is when everybody was drinking different shit.
yeah, it's like you got like a beer, gin
Because
and
then
tonic,
you get just like a fucking trash can of fucking cocktail to drink. We got to the point where it's like, all right, if we're playing King's Cup, everybody's drinking beer, bro. Because
yeah, it's like, or like we're just gonna ultimately pour these 2 beers in here.
Yeah, we're not
And
gonna
they
pour
just have
what
to
we're
pound 2
drinking at
beers.
exactly.
You just when we played a game like that, we just put a specific bottle in the center, and it'd be like something me, like,
It
all
was
right,
like,
well, it's Jägermeister, so like when you lose, you're gonna have to drink the Jaeger.
Yeah, and it was like when we played beer pong too. It's like we didn't put beer in the cup; we put water in the cups, and we just had beers on the side, and we just take a drink every time someone made one, so we didn't have to fucking sit there and drink nasty ping pong floor water or floor beer. You know what I mean?
Well, 100%. I mean, that's how we did it at the bar. When I used to book at the bar and shit, we had a beer pong table, and that's exactly what they did. It was like
I
you
used
had
to
your
hate getting in
drink.
the cup, bro. I used to hate that shit. 'Cause
Like,
it'd be so messy, and then at the end, your garage would smell like fucking
your
beer.
hands are sticky from picking
Yeah.
up the beer soaked ball. Like, it's gross.
No, yeah, I guess, but like, yeah, we would always have like a cup of water there, so you'd be like rinsing it off every time.
That's also gross because you're just dunking it in gross ass floor beer water.
Not only that, but then you're
Yeah, I
drinking out
mean-
of the same cup that everybody has been drinking out of that whole night. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Yeah, but you know
who
what's weird,
does or
like, dude,
doesn't
I never
have
thought
mono.
about that 20 years ago.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that was
no one
not-
did, but we started
Not a
thinking
joints
about
I
it once.
shared with like randos.
Dude.
You'd be like, maybe I shouldn't have shared a joint with them. It's like, nothing bad's ever happened.
We started doing it, bro, because everybody started catching fucking mono from fucking drinking out of these fucking cups at parties and shit. Because there's all these fucking teenagers sitting there drinking out of these fucking cups and stuff. And like, I ain't drinking out of these cups, bro. I'll drink out of my fucking beer that I cracked myself that I've been drinking out of the whole night. You know what I mean? Well, not the whole night, however long it's been in my hands since I finished the last one, because I'd go through however many I could before the fucking beer was gone. You know
That's
what I mean?
how it was supposed to be in those teenage parties, man. Dude, it was a
We
trip.
do not condone underage drinking, by the way.
No, we're telling cautionary tales.
Nah, just because I made mistakes doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah,
but also,
right.
you can't even be. Here's the deal, man. Like, people can be listening to this show and they're of age to drink.
Facts.
Right? 18 years old, like, you're of age to drink. And like a lot of places. And the fact
Not
that this
here.
is all over the world. Yeah, like for you guys, it's not. And from where I grew up, it's not. But like there's, I don't know, maybe a third of Canada is 18.
I feel a majority of our listeners are probably US based. So I feel like 21.
Yeah.
Well,
is
we've
probably-
seen the stats, and you're right. The most people do listen, but we actually have a pretty strong listener count from other places that it would be okay. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Be responsible regardless of your fucking age, please. Thank you.
I will say too that I think a majority of our listeners are over the age of 21.
I do think so too.
You know, shout out to you guys.
I'm just saying, just for
bar life.
Any fucking algorithms trying to fucking
don't fuck with us, please. God damn.
Yeah, bless us, algorithms. What the fuck?
Yeah, you know, all we trying to do is spread the good word and the gospel of greatness that is stoner friends having a stony time. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think so. I think that's actually all right. That's all right as human beings on this planet called Earth. Third rock from the sun.
You live on Earth, bro?
Yeah, I'm an Earthling. Proud Earthling.
I'm an extraterrestrial, interdimensional, fucking space turtle.
Well, like, look, I'm an alien the minute I leave this planet. Like, I've come to that fact. I've come to grips with that fact. The minute I leave, I'm an alien. But here, I'm like just chilling. I'm just like your average human being, just living life on his native planet.
Mm.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm all about being a level 9 turtle.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
all
I mean,
about
that's
taking another
awesome.
dab.
You should be a level 9 turtle. But
You should
here's
be
the
a-
question,
you should be a
though.
level 10 turtle.
Yeah,
bro.
like, what do you need to do to hit level 10, Sean? Like, what's
Dude,
like some
that
things you're
clip,
gonna
though,
move forward here, bro?
that clip is so hilarious though. If you guys haven't seen it and you don't know what Sean's talking about, it's
I
like
don't have
that
any
all
idea,
it's like
honestly.
the all gas no brakes guy, and he's like interviewing some dude who's just fucking lit out of his fucking mind, bro. And he starts talking to him, and he's like asked him something about himself. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I'm just out here being a level 4 turtle, man. You know. And it's like
Poor
fucking.
turtle,
He was
man.
just saying some off the cuff shit, and it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah, it's from a YouTube channel I believe called Festivalist, and
Oh, is that what it is? I thought it was
yeah,
like the all gas no brakes guy.
and it's from a bit he did called "Wooks in the Wild: An Electric Forest." And yeah, hold on, I'm gonna play the clip over the mic.
We can't hear it really.
Yeah, it's not really coming through.
Yeah, it's not coming.
And there's
through
like
clear
weird
enough.
echoes and shit. That was weird.
Well,
Like, I'm a level 9 turtle.
that was
Turtle.
there because that was the remix of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
hold
didn't
on.
really come through that great, but
We'll do the screen share. We're gonna hope like hell that it doesn't break my camera like it likes to, because it's like a cool thing that my camera and my camera computer equipment like to do to each other is like, yeah, no, we're not gonna work. See, there it is. It just like went, yeah, fuck you and your camera, bud. You can kick rocks there, kid. And I went, all right, fine. We'll kick rocks. It's cool. That's life, folks. When you deal with all this technological stuff and you try to run a podcast, your technology is like, yeah, kick rocks. Level 9 turtle. Anyway, yeah. Dude, dude is just totally geeked on who knows what. Let's go ahead and do this. Share this here beautiful screen with the audio, of course, because we gotta hear him talk about being a level 9 turtle, or it's just no good. So anyway, you guys can see the YouTube by now, I take it?
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, here we go. Meta turtle in electric forest. Love love this guy.
Adventuring
Where are you adventuring to?
places I haven't been before. I just want to get to level 9.
What's at level 9?
It's one past level 8.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You know who that is, bro?
I'm not a man, I'm a
It's
turtle.
Blake Weber.
I would have thought
Blake
you were a
vapes.
man.
Well, at first I thought I was a level 4 alligator, but I'm a level 9 turtle. I'm adventuring.
Where are you adventuring to?
But yeah, the guy that's interviewing him, bro, that's the guy that used to be Blake Vapes.
My
oh,
God.
really?
Yeah, dude. Back in the day.
Wow.
Now he does. Now he's part of like the country club adjacent guys, where they like roast people while they're at the tee box.
Oh, okay.
Dude, if you haven't seen that shit, bro, the country club adjacent dudes, because they're like, I think like they're mainly like, I think they do stand up as well, but like they also go out and enjoy golfing, and they get to go to like all these events, like the live golf events and shit like that, and they'll literally sit there at the tee boxes and just start roasting them, whoever's at the tee box, like trying to get them to back away from the tee. It's called the back off challenge. They
That's
have like
cold.
they have reels and shit on like YouTube and Instagram where you could just sit there and watch them. Just like they did one to Donald Trump, I've seen him do it to Bill Burr, and dude, the one with Bill Burr was hilarious because they couldn't really get him because he was just turning around and snapping back on them.
Yeah, like it's just like real chill for him. He's like another hit the office
he was
boys.
getting them good, bro. It was fucking hilarious. He's like, oh, so what? You guys got like a podcast or something? And he's like, dude,
Oh my
fucking
God.
hilarious, bro. I love Bill Burr.
Bill Burr is such a professional asshole. It's amazing.
He's kind of mellowed out a little bit over the years, but like I still love the fact that he'll just give it to you, bro. You know what I mean?
It's a gift. But yeah, shout out to the level 9 turtle. Wherever you are.
I kind of want to show you
Dude.
guys one of these country club adjacent fucking videos.
I don't know if I'd want to live country club adjacent.
Like I don't know anything about this, so I'm interested in what this is gonna look like.
Let's see here. I'm just gonna click on this one. So we're gonna go to share screen, share with audio. All right, so you see this?
Yeah.
All right.
Red kidney stone.
Stop eating cheese, dude. It has to pass through your urethra.
Are you the bully from Hey Arnold?
Hey, man, quit being mean to Gerald, bro.
Oh, crap.
They're just like literally
He
roasting.
is, dude.
We got Fred. This video's
Let's try to get another one. Oh, these ones are funny. Where'd it go? Here it is.
Oh, it's Sandbagger Vance.
Hey, show you right.
excuse me, sir. Are you going to stay on as the CEO of Live?
No.
Oh.
I've never seen a walrus this far from the ocean. Sorry, can I borrow some pastels? You're a long ways from Walmart. It's Thin Perez. It's Neo's mom. It's Brandel Shambles. Sorry you lost your other kid. Masters baiters. Long bag energy. Yeah. Super hardcore porn. Let's go.
But I'm trying to find a good one, bro. Oh, here we go. This one's pretty good. That's Anthony Anderson.
Frederick the Entertainer. Oh, shit.
He goes, just give me a shirt that says barbecue on it. We just represent the food as a whole.
Yeah. That's how we do it. That barbecue the dog, I'm gonna pull him too. It's gonna be pulled duck.
Guys dressed like what Doc Ellis was seeing when he threw a no-hitter. I haven't seen him in a movie in a while. I think he's ready for OnlyFans. Call him Don Creeple. Here's a born-again Christian rapper. I'm actually Jewish.
What does your faith say about your rap career?
Looks like Lil Dicky's job is safe. Here we go. We got Charles Fartley.
Oh, God.
Dude, I love that hair. Let's see the full hair. Afro. There we go.
A half-row? Oh, wow.
We got
Andre 1000. But yeah, dude, some of them are pretty fucking good, dude. Like,
Oh my
I've got
god.
a scroll hole on those guys many of times in the past.
So they
That's
like travel
fucking
around
dope.
and just like roast people. So like they'll probably
Yeah.
go to charity tournaments like that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Anthony Anderson one. Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
I've seen them do it with, they've roasted Andrew Santino, who's another stand-up comedian, Burt Kreischer, they went and did something with before. Like they do all kinds of cool stuff. Not only do like they do these backup challenges, but they also like play golf against themselves and just roast each other while they're playing. Or they have some dude where they like play a round where two guys are on acid and the other two are on mushrooms and they try to play a round of golf.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
It's pretty fucking hilarious, dude. You know what I mean? Like they do some funny shit.
Yeah, no, that does sound funny for sure.
If
Like,
you,
I would
want to
enjoy
get
that.
if you want to giggle, bro. You know what I mean?
How times have changed though, realizing that this is like Vapes is doing this kind of shit now. Like those are the kind of guys he's running with. That's a trip. Wow, my mind is blown. YouTube is a funny place. It's so strange how you could fall into these rabbit holes of creators. Like I never thought I would be obsessed with watching documentaries about the darkest corners of YouTube and shit like that. But damn it, I kind of like those videos a lot. There's people who are spending their time researching like crazy shit, like a serial killer's YouTube channel that like they would post weird shit on or stuff like that. Uh, really fucking bizarre, and I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with it now. It's super entertaining.
Dude, I find fucking all sorts of dumb shit or like stuff that like I can't believe how much time I spent on it. Spend on it. It's not like it's necessarily the dumbest shit, but it's like, yo, did you really need to watch that for fucking 30 minutes? Like 5 minutes would have been just completely, okay. Like that would have been enough.
Yeah, but
But I
mean,
do get lost in those things. It's like I don't really need to be watching 30 minutes of that.
well, but you know what happens when you see those videos where it's like 15 architectural masterpieces that'll blow your mind.
Dude,
And
I
you're
was
like,
literally
fuck,
just
25 minutes later.
before we started watching the podcast, bro. It was like I was watching a video about like old like handcrafted methods that are being, might be lost over time, where it's like Japanese calligraphy brush makers and like the process of how those are done, by hand and that sort of thing, and how intense it is, dude. That's fucking nuts. The fucking amount of time and fucking the process that goes into making one of those calligraphy brushes. And then, to the Moroccan fucking tile mosaics that they do out there, and how each one of those fucking shaped tiles are chiseled by hand, and how each fucking tile is I sat here for about 15-20 minutes before the podcast, just lost in that, bro. I don't know anything about any of it, but for some reason I was just like, you know what I mean? Locked in.
That's it. Gets my attention. But it's like
Wasn't even stoned yet.
it's got a little bit of that history element to it. So I mean, I get it. Yeah, your brain's like, ooh, something
I like
kind of
history stuff.
kind
dude.
of, interestingly knowledgeable.
Knowing how things are made in different ways with ancient methods and shit, dude. I'm down with it.
Now, if we could just find the Anunnaki,
Yeah,
we'd
but
be all
just
set.
figure out how the fucking pyramids were actually made
That's what I'm saying.
and
man.
what they were actually used for.
If the Anunnaki could just come down and tell us, be like, all right, we've left you guys alone long enough. Here you go. Stage 5, whatever fucking stage we're at. Here's your big advancement. I think we need it before it's too late.
Dude, I need so many things before it's too late.
Yeah.
That's just like another thing on that list, homie. That list
Yeah.
is getting long as fuck.
If somebody has the winning lottery numbers, hit a brother up.
Dude,
Let's go.
I don't even need to come up that big, but I mean, shit, I ain't gonna complain about it. I wouldn't mind a come up of like, like a 6-figure come up right now.
I was gonna say, right? Like, I'll take $100,000. I don't need to be greedy.
Yeah, dude.
A guy could do a lot with $100,000. It's a lot of tacos.
Dude, $100,000 would be just like that perfect influx of cash, but same time, I would really try to hoard that away as well. You try to be like, yo, how can I make this into more money safely?
6-month IRAs.
I honestly, like, gents, like, let's be honest. I don't think that I need to lie to you about it. Like, we all know that I'd probably go heavy into some crypto with that, because like I'd be like, yo, I just fucking came up on 100K. Like, this is free money. I'm going to put it on this because I believe in this. I've already put in on this. Let's get it, and then that's fine, dude. $1 million. You know how much fucking data that could give me right now, boys? Whew. Wouldn't get me actually would give me probably almost 3 million.
Be a lot.
No, wait, that's a maximum line. It's like it would give me 300,000. My bad. Wait, I don't even know what I said at first. Did I say 1 million or 100,000?
Yeah, you said $1 million, but it should be 100,000.
Okay, it should have been 100,000. That's where I got messed up. It'd be 300,000. I could fucking deal with that.
See, I remember a buddy of mine and I
Would
were
you do
talking
that?
about this once, and
Yeah, I would not do that at all.
Bro, I just think about it, James, in like 2 years, bro. That could be like fucking
Yeah,
dude. That could be like
I
2
still
million.
wouldn't-
It
still
could be like
wouldn't do
2
it.
million.
could be 100% could be,
It
but like,
won't. I don't think it'll be lower, but it could be 2
I don't
million.
I don't disagree. I think there's value in it. But I mean,
I'm a
like,
gambler though. Like, let's be real.
Yeah,
I'm also
for
a
me,
gambler, man.
I'll take the definite 100,000 for sure. Then
Would you save it
possibilities.
though, or would you spend it?
Oh no, I wouldn't spend it all. There's no way I would drop just 100,000 just off top. I would buy things that would help me in the future or invest it into things that would help me in the future. I wouldn't just fucking throw it all into something.
Dude, I wonder, like, see, where you live is probably impossible, but like if somebody lived in a place where if you came up on 100K and you were like cool with like being a landlord or some shit or doing like an Airbnb, I wonder if you could like ultimately make money from that to the point where it would not take you any money to pay the mortgage. If you like, let's say you came up on 100 grand, you bought a house for 220 and you started like Airbnb in it, your mortgage payment would be on 120. You know what I mean? It's like actually cracking down the numbers. And then you could just continue living where you're living, right? Like you're okay where you're living, whatever it is. It's ultimately whoever's living wherever they're living, you're paying your rent, you're paying your mortgage. So
Dude, I'm
like,
sure that's pretty much how these people are doing it.
yeah,
A
because
lot
like,
of them.
dude, 5 years from now, like you might not have barely paid anything more of that 120 you owe, but like that house might be now worth
The whole
like
thing-
380 or
it-
400.
That ends up paying for itself at a certain point. You know what I mean? It may not be immediately, but over time it will. But yeah, dude.
It's a
It'd be worth
long-term
it.
play.
Yeah, it's a long-term play
Yeah.
that would pay out more over time than it would be if you just fucking, you know what I mean? Threw it into something else for a quick.
see, like,
Quick
I
buck.
I had this discussion with a friend of mine once, and like, I think his idea is brilliant, and it's like you literally take that whole 100,000 and you put it into a Roth IRA for 6 months, and you try to get the highest interest rate you can on it, because when that 6 months is up, you should probably come out like even if it's like a 1% interest rate, you're gonna come out with like, a grand, 10 grand, moving the decimal point, 10 grand. So you take that 100,000, you put it right back in, now you get 10 grand to play with. Or you don't and you make it 110, right? Now that 110 earns interest, and in 6 months, you take that 115 or whatever, and you keep doing that and taking that compound interest and keep rolling it over into the next one, because eventually what that money turns into in 5 years could literally be $500,000 to $1 million based on the compound interest every time you roll it over into the new one. And then 100% buy some real estate. I think that makes a lot of sense. That or invest in a business.
Land is probably your best option, bro.
Yeah, like businesses can fail. Land, they're not making any more of it, boys.
Exactly.
That's like the one thing.
Once it's
Like,
gone,
there
it's
are-
gone. You know
Yeah,
what I
dude, like,
mean? As
sure.
long as you own a little piece of it somewhere, at least you know you got somewhere to go.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
like you
mean?
can start a business for a lot less than buying a house, clearly. Like,
Or
that is
here's the
obvious,
thing:
but
invest if you're going to invest into a business, invest into the land the business is on.
there you go.
You know what I mean? Because no matter what happens, that business shuts down. You own that property to where another business can come in, and then if you
Yeah,
want,
then you can rent it out, or you can start a new business.
Well,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
I would invest in businesses too big to fail. You know what I mean? Like, think Lockheed Martin. You know what I mean? Think like military industrial complex. I would invest in places like that. Any place the government's going to put their money, I want to invest in. Like, I would like, at this point in my life, doing what I do for a living, I'd like to eventually find out if any of the companies I work with that produce the products that we use are publicly traded, because it would only make sense. Like, they're always going to need to be light bars on cop cars. It's always going to need to be radios in cop cars, right? Like, invest in the places that governments are putting their money, you have you have an investment in business
We're
that
already doing that though, man. Because where do you think the government gets their money? It's our money anyway. I'm already investing into that shit. You know
got
what I'm
him,
saying? They don't need
got
more of
him,
my money, bro. They already using my money.
motherfuckers. That's so true.
I ain't seeing it.
Well, that's
You
what
know
I'm
I mean? I
saying.
don't
You get
see I don't see any of that money, bro.
invest in Lockheed Martin, and then you will see a return on that money. Oh man. Of course, my listening friends, we are not qualified financial advisors, and nothing that we are saying is meant to
dude,
be taken as financial advice.
Yeah,
Don't
all
take-
this is NFA for
Don't
sure.
take
Pure
any of
NFA.
this as advice from me. I'm not anybody to take financial.
Yeah.
I'm
advice
also
from.
like a gambling person too. So like whenever I do talk about crypto, like I understand that like there's possibility that all money could not mean anything at some point. Like I'm not thinking that I'm guaranteed gonna be rich. I'm not like one of those crypto bros that thinks like, yo, I'm gonna fucking get by that next coin that's like a 10,000x and I'm gonna make $10 million off like a $25 investment. Like I'm not that guy. But I still do know that a lot of people aren't comfortable with like cryptocurrencies. A lot of people aren't comfortable with anything other than just putting their money in their bank. And I get it. It took me
Even
time
then,
to get to that
I don't
point.
necessarily even trust the banks much anymore.
Well, I mean, well, let's put it this way, dude. If like let's just say tomorrow happened and all of a sudden there was just some massive bank run for whatever reason. Banks don't have enough money for everybody to get all the money out of the bank. Like it's not there.
Oh no.
True.
So like
There isn't enough physical cash to cover the amount of money in circulation.
no, probably not. Mind you, like governments have done a pretty good job at printing money over like the last 100 years probably, but still. So everything's just a fucking risk, man. Not only that, like everything can just get fucking torn away in a second. It's crazy. I think that's like one of the things like
Dude,
I noticed
the
about
crazy thing
COVID-19.
is, bro, is if the fucking grid goes down,
Yep.
Yeah,
Life as we
You're
know it is
fucked.
over.
absolutely fucked.
all it takes is for the fucking power grid to go down, dude. If the entire world were to lose power, bro, doomsday, baby.
You could still have power with your generator.
Yeah, but
But that's about it.
you're not moving any money. You know what I mean? You're not. You ain't doing shit.
How are you gonna get the fuel to run that generator once there's no power to dispense it?
Yeah.
That's when it's just like sure anarchy.
And how are you gonna run the pumping the fuel to the place without the power to run the machines that pumps the fuel to run?
It's World War Z. All of
Yeah,
a
dude.
sudden, boom.
Isn't
Yeah,
that
pretty
so
much.
crazy though? That's just if one thing were to happen, you know what I mean? If like we were to lose one crucial element to our fucking way of living, aka power, electricity, the entire world would probably crumble.
Well, I mean, we just saw it with the whole Russia attacking Ukraine. Like they were going after power stations to shut off.
And you know
the
what's
power.
crazy about that, bro? So this is just like totally just like conspiracy, and it's just a thought that just popped into my head. Nothing really behind it, no evidence or anything, but I just think it's kind of funny as just a thought. We can come up with however much 6 billion or whatever $6 million to send to Ukraine and the war relief, right? But we can't do it half of the things that we need to do here in this country because of lack of funds. Why just a thought, you know what I mean? It's just it's fucking crazy.
Well, it's all about where the money is in the budget, right? Like we can put X amount into the budget for this and X amount in the budget for that, but
I know it just boggles my mind that we can
$10
come up
trillion
we can take all that
airplanes.
money and send it to which at the end of the day, I'm not nothing like I feel for the people in Ukraine, and I have I wish this fucking wasn't going on, bro. We don't need more people fucking dying over stupid wars. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But at the same time, You know what I mean? Like we've got our own things going on here. You know what I mean? To where it's like that money could have definitely been used in other places here to help, our people. But that I don't know, dude. It's a fucking way. War is a crazy thing, bro. When you get other countries involved with other things that aren't we're not necessarily connected in other than politically. You know what I mean?
War is big money.
It's terrible, dude, because it just shows you how many things in the world are ran, like you said, around money, and how that's just throwing money around is the biggest power play.
That's it. Lockheed
It always
Martin.
is, though.
They're the ones making the fighter
terrible,
jets.
dude.
Raytheon here in Massachusetts, they are making a lot of the bombs and shit. Like, so I said, like, I'd invest in those places because the government's always going to be spending money in those places. It is what it is. But we are running out of time, and Gina is giving me the signal. So you know what that means, everybody. It's time for us to wrap it on up and get ourselves together. So, Uncle Chris, bring it to the close like you do so well.
Yeah, well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Of course, you can check us out on all the spots that we always show you guys on, like shedtimepodcast.com. Of course, you can leave reviews anywhere you can leave reviews. Just check out the site, see what's going on there. We even have like some like cool, like I'm gonna say that it's like sort of clothing items that you can get through Anthony's site. Oh Scott, like that's there, right? There's that Shedtime podcast shirts there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and you use the coupon code Shedtime. Is that how it works?
Sure.
All right, perfect. Well, there you go, guys. I kind of know what I'm talking about, so that's sweet. That just lets me finish with a little bit more energy.
Squad.com.
So yeah, of course you can check the three of us out. Friday night, Strange Ankle Vapors YouTube channel for the green room. Just always kicking it, having different kind of conversation with the same dudes. So come by, kick it, check that out. And I think that's everything for me. So everybody be safe, have a good week, and live your best life. James, take it away.
As always, shout outs to all the Shedheads for all you guys' continuous support. Like Chris said, make sure you leave those 5-star reviews if you guys are liking what you're hearing on all those different platforms. Of course, make sure you check out the Patreon if you want to get the video aspect of the podcast, as well as the Discord link and all kinds of other cool stuff that pops off over there. And then, of course, check us out Friday on the Green Room if you want to, get a little double dose, a little vape-oriented content, with build-offs, Shedhead sessions, just random vape-oriented conversations, as well as, some kind of podcasty episodes from time to time. So go check that out. Other than that, I'm ended as I always do, sending out all those positive vibes. Chris by 5. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. A little bag or dab will do ya.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, my friends, once again, thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, you know what I'm going to tell you? Don't let the best get you down. Be cool. Don't be a dick. And whatever it is you do, be sure to have some fun, because it's the Shed Time Podcast, and it's time to roll on up and roll on out.
Dynavap, Dynavap, Dynavap. Looking to cut the cord on your dry herb vape? Dynavap. Trying to get the best taste from your herb? Dynavap. Ready to take your sesh to the next level? Then meet Dynavap, the best way to vape your flower or concentrate. Concentrates? That's right, your flower or hash can be vaped using Dynavap. Check out Dynavap.com to learn more. That's Dynavap.com. Lose the ash? Dynavap.
What's going on, Shedheads? It's your boy, Frames Janklin. Are you looking to step up your match game or have a raw copper, brass, or stainless mod or RDA that you're absolutely tired of polishing? Then you need to go and hit up my man Ashton of Palmer's Powders. He does some absolutely amazing powder coating work. He offers many different colors and finishes at an absolutely killer price. This man is taking powder coating to a whole new level, and he can make your setup an absolute masterpiece. You can go follow him over on Instagram at Palmer's Powders, and you can go check out pricing on his website, palmerspowders.com. That's palmerspowders.com. And as always, let's just vape on, Shedheads.
I want you to think of your favorite rebuildable right now. Yeah, okay, so you have a layer cake in your hand, and now you're about. Oh, sorry, yeah, that's not everyone's favorite. That's just mine. So think of your favorite rebuildable atomizer. Think about how good of a vape it produces for you. Now, take that and amplify it. And the way that you amplify that is you put in some Breezestone coils. Breezestone coils are handcrafted in Adelaide, Australia. They're made from some of the finest quality wire that you can get. I believe it's wire Buddha. You take those coils, you take them out of that phenomenal packaging that clearly shows how much care that Adam puts on the quality of his coils and the insurance that you get them in good shape. You put them in that favorite RDA, and guess what? You have coils that now sing better than Celine Dion. Go check out Breezestone coils. You can find them on localvape.com and also steelvalleyvapors.com. Sup, dude?
Fuck yeah.
No, that was perfect. Okay, I'm gonna